guys, and welcome back to the kingdom. I hope you've all had positive and productive weeks this week. So this week, today's topic could end up with a lot of angry comments down below from fanboys to feminists who disagree with me, which is okay, people are allowed to disagree with me. But today's topic is not so strong female characters. Now, if you're a writer, if you're not a writer, if you're on media at all, you will probably have heard the call for stronger female characters in literature. And here's the thing. These people are absolutely not wrong, we do need strong female characters. However, people seem to have misunderstood what we actually mean by this and have simply upped the capabilities of women in fiction and have still left them in distress. So instead of your princess damsel in distress, you have your kick-ass warrior princess still in distress. Often their personality is still completely underdeveloped and two-dimensional, they are only there for romantic purposes, and they're always playing a supporting role. Which means although this woman can take out an entire army with a bat of her eyelashes, she still isn't a believable human being, which is a really big problem. Any character, male or female, in your novel needs to have an individual, believable personality that makes them human, that makes people connect with them. These characters don't need to have personalities that make them tropes. And that is the topic of today's video. So without further ado, let's do this. Quick disclaimer before we start, I have no problem with girls having fantastic cosmic powers. Bring it on, all for girl power. And also I would like to make a second disclaimer in that I have totally done this. I have fallen into this trap really easily. I think I've written this kick-ass, admirable woman that's going to inspire hundreds and then realise she's completely flat and two-dimensional and has no key plot points around her and oh my gosh, I have written a robot. No, in fact, it would be better if I'd written a robot because at least that adds some intrigue to the plot. And truthfully, I think that this is a hurdle that all writers need to jump at some point because everyone will have written a flat, two-dimensional character at some point. Doesn't necessarily have to have been a woman, but it will have been there at some point. But it's important to remember that it is just a hurdle, not a wall, and with some practice you can get over it. Generally speaking, writers seem to have been inspired by other writers, and historically women were only given 4 main archetypes. You had your damsel in distress, your mothering character, your sexy femme fatale, and your jealous old love interest. And occasionally you had your Viking warrior princess in there as well, although it was sparing in the past. There are countless male archetypes out there, but regardless of this, I personally think that drawing on archetypes is a really bad idea for your novel because how many archetypal people do you know in real life? I don't know any damsels in distress. I know plenty of mothers, and that doesn't make up their entire human being. It is just one facet that makes them a complex person, an individual person. It doesn't define who they are. Now occasionally people take cookie cutter male archetypes and just flip them and turn them into a girl. These archetypes can be like the jaded ex-soldier, the wise old man, the popular jock, and they turn this into a girl. But this comes with its own problems because you end up experiencing something kind of similar to gender whiplash. This is where your female character says stuff that would never come out of a girl's mouth. Just because you're a girl, you know what a mascara wand is because someone will probably have waved one at you at some point. You won't be completely boggled by feminine hygiene products, particularly the essential feminine hygiene products, because guess what? You're a girl and you need them too. Just because you have taken this cookie cutter male archetype and turned it into a girl doesn't mean that it's still one of the lads, only this lad has tits. It doesn't work like that. Another problem with people thinking that they need to write strong female characters is that these women need to rebuke anything remotely feminine or girly, because masculinity is the peak of healthy strength, so let's get rid of all that feminine weakness. It is perfectly okay for your strong female girl characters to enjoy makeup, to like pink, to like glitter. If your kick-ass warrior princess goes into a fight with a perfectly winged liner and comes out and it's still on point, I want those makeup tips. Your girl character isn't stronger because she refuses to wear makeup or runs away from the mention of glitter. Sure, she can prefer trousers. Sure, she can prefer to have short hair. Sure, she can prefer not to wear makeup and enjoy traditionally masculine activities. That is okay. But should the opportunity present itself, she shouldn't run away screaming from a dress and some high heels in the name of being a strong female character. Another problem you find with people trying to write strong female characters is they fall into the "I'm only here to help you train" Trope. This is where at the beginning of the novel, this kick-ass girl who's been fighting for years turns up and helps train the male MC for a big fight. She has been training for years, she is ready for this, she helps train the male MC, and when it comes to the big bad fight at the end, she gets completely sidelined and steamrolled, and the MC, with only a few weeks worth of training, has to save her. But are you really telling me that this girl who has trained for years to defeat this big bad guy is going to be okay with being sidelined when it comes to the final fight? Do you really think she has no ideas and is happy to take all direction from the male MC when it comes to this fight? Absolutely not. She's not about to go and grab a coffee and leave it all to the male MC because guess what? He's got this, he's fine. 2 weeks out of training was enough, he's good, goodbye. Yet so many times in fiction when it comes to the big bad fight, and it's MCs of any genre, any gender, you tend to find that they end up being completely alone because the other characters have somehow managed to get themselves stuck or can't pitch in and are just watching their best friend get pummeled. Another problem with writing strong female characters, or in this case realistic female characters, flawed female characters, is something to do more with reception than actually writing them. But if they make even just the tiniest mistake, they are ripped apart in reviews online. And this wouldn't necessarily be such a bad thing if we didn't give male characters a hell of a lot more grace. No matter what, if your female character makes a mistake at any point in the novel, no matter what it is, then she's going to be hated for all eternity. Oh, the evil king killed an entire village? Oh, he was having a bad day. She lied to save her sister? Oh my goodness, what an evil witch. We absolutely need strong female characters in our novels, but people seem to be misinterpreting that title and giving us a whole bunch of tropes, some of which just plain don't work. We don't need another female, brain-dead, decorative ornament to the plot that basically serves as an attack dog. We don't need that. We need realistic, three-dimensional, complex and interesting women with intriguing backstories. They need to be able to make mistakes and be able to get things wrong, stand up for themselves and express who they truly are. They need to have more of the main plot points focus around them, and that'd be okay. They need to be in there for more than just a romantic arc, unless of course you're writing a romance, in which case the romance is the main plot. You also can't just turn a fully formed male character and snap your fingers and turn them into a girl, because guess what? Most of us will be able to tell that's what you've done. Maybe we need a new term for strong female characters, as this seems to be a bit of a tripping point. Maybe it's realistic female personalities or intriguing female individuals. I don't know, somebody out there can come up with a much better suggestion than I can. If you can come up with a suggestion, let me know. If you've heard of one, let me know. Comment section, hit me up on my socials, they'll be coming up in a minute. I would really love to hear your thoughts on this. Does anybody else see where some people are tripping up when it comes to this topic? And I would also be really interested to know of any books where people think, yes, they have got this absolutely down. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because you know, I find that there are books out there who absolutely get this right. There are some authors out there that I would just love because they always get this bang on every time. But not everyone is caught up to that yet, so that's what we've got so far. Anywho, I hope you've enjoyed this video this week. If you have, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions, please just throw them in the comment section or hit me up on any of my social media platforms. I love having conversations, I love talking to people, so please let's get chatting. And I hope you'll have positive and productive weeks this week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!